Hey guys, today I want to talk about my emergency food supply cabinet. I have a cabinet in my house and I have a lot of rice that's vacuum packed. I have about 8 things of vacuum packed rice, and they're pretty good sized. It won't last me a long time, but I have a lot of canned foods in there and everything. And if something happened, I would sit my family down and say, hey, listen, we're all cutting back on food now. So we have to have smaller portions, and that's the way it is. And we're not going to be calling people over and having dinner with us if there's an emergency going on with food supplies, say an earthquake, war, or something happens, maybe a typhoon or whatever, and it's blown through the area and damaged everything. I'd want to make sure that I have enough that's going to last me a while until food supplies start coming in. And I'm lucky enough that I live next to the mayor, so a lot of things would probably get helicoptered in there. And that would be a blessing for us because we live right next to the mayor. And when we were going through the COVID thing, they were actually bringing out emergency food supplies because a lot of people weren't working. And they were bringing out emergency food supplies to all the people, and they gave it out to everyone in the neighborhood. Everyone got it, including expats and everything, which I thought was really, really nice. And I was very thankful for that. But when you're building this cabinet, this emergency cabinet, you never know what you're going to need. So I tell people this. I tell people even put seeds in there. Yes, seeds like for corn, cantaloupes, squash, things like that. And make sure you put enough stuff in there that if you could start over again, so have enough food to last up until that stuff starts growing. Grow radishes, grow lettuce, things that grow fast, carrots, all different types of stuff, beets, all that stuff grows fairly fast. It's speedy. So, like within 2 months, you got some food out there already that you can eat. That's the type of stuff you want to put aside, but also make sure you have a good supply of canned goods, beans, anything dry, possibly even get some of those 30-day buckets. They have these buckets of food that's got a 30-day supply of food for 2 people or something. You can get those. I think they're 30-day supply or 14-day supply or whatever. And they're pretty good thing to have. You can check it out on Lazada. I think on Lazada they have them, also on Amazon and eBay. Check those places for me. You can find them on there. But have a cabinet in your kitchen or somewhere in your house. Make it your emergency cabinet. Put emergency medical supplies in there. Also, make sure you always have at least 8 to 10 cases of water, or have some big jugs of water put aside that'll last, and then go through them, change them every once in a while, change them out like every 6 months, so you always have fresh water. Use them up and then buy more, but always have 10 in your house. And as far as like the big jugs of water, I would have at least 8 of those, the big jugs of water. I would hide those wherever you can hide them. My house is not a huge house, but we do find places to hide things. I put some underneath the kitchen table. We have 2 refrigerators too. If God forbid we ever had a power outage or something like that, at least we have canned food supplies. We have some canned meats. Spam is always good. I hate spam, but if I had to eat it, I'd eat it. Coffee. Make sure you have sugar, flour, all types of stuff. Spaghetti sauce. All this is stuff that lasts a long time. It doesn't expire really quick. These are the things you want up inside that cabinet, your emergency cabinet. Always have one emergency cabinet. In fact, you might even want to write on it, emergency, so nobody will go up there, or put a lock on it, on the handles, so that nobody can get up there. The only people that can touch it is you then. Have that up there. You never know when an earthquake's going to happen, or a big storm, or a typhoon, or whatever, and it tears your roof off. At least you got a place where you got food supplies, and it's all in plastic, so if it gets wet or something, it's okay. If there's an earthquake, and at least you're going to be able to find some of your food in there, and some of it will probably still be good. Even if the house came down, God forbid, at least you can go through there and say, well, look, I got a package of spaghetti, I got some rice here, it's in the it's vacuum packed. All that stuff is all ready to roll, all ready to cook, and you got clean water. And make sure you have your pots and pans. Put a couple extra up there, emergency ones, like that you have, so you know where it is. You don't have to go searching around for it. It's in the same general area. God forbid your house gets torn apart, or like I said, comes down in an earthquake. You want to make sure you have all that ready. So remember, food, water, medical. Those are the big things that are the most important. Make sure you don't have a cheapy medical kit with just a bunch of band-aids in there. You're probably going to need a lot of different types of items, and you may want to go, get a really good first aid kit. And also you want to have something there for heart attacks or CPR, mass, things like that. You want all that types of stuff. You want some paracetamol. You want to make sure you change those when they expire. You want to make sure you have Imodium D, because the water is going to be bad during that time. You might be getting sick, or if, the food supply is going to be running really low. Even though you do have some food supplies, eventually you're going to run out, and you're probably going to start looking for other stuff that might not be as good. So that's why I say to be prepared for all that stuff. But anyway, guys, think of all that stuff. And there's also the matter of power, and we talked about that way back about power. Sometimes it's good to have like a portable battery pack with solar panels. That I think is better than having a gas generator, because gas might be, you can't just go down to the gas station because there might be no electricity down there. So you're going to have extra gas, and having a lot of gas sitting around is not a good thing always. Your refrigerators are probably going to go down no matter what. Gas generators could run those for probably maybe a week if you're lucky, and then your gas runs out. Then what? That's why I say have the spaghetti, have the dried foods, have all that. Just throw all the stuff out in your freezer and your fridge. Try to eat it in the first day or two, and it'll still be good. But be really careful with stuff like that. That battery pack and solar panel comes in handy, if you need it to charge things for lights. You could probably run a small refrigerator or what have you. You could probably run some other stuff, recharge your phone for emergency phone calls or what have you. You could probably run your computer. If your Wi-Fi is still running, you could still run your Wi-Fi off of it. Like I said, your lights, you wouldn't be able to run your air conditioner, but you might be able to run like a small fan or something to keep yourself cool. If it's really hot, you want to make sure you have all that stuff. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show. God bless, guys.